It is November, and even though the forecast is mild, we'll be cranking up the heat soon enough. Imagine the bill for a college campus and the impact on the environment, which is why Cornell University is looking at a whole different way of heating campus. Joining me now to talk about the project, Terry Jordan from the Cornell Earth Source Heat Team. Hi, Terry. Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here. So
this is exploratory phase right now. You're having a town hall about it tomorrow evening, accessible online as well. We'll give people that in just a bit. But and I'm probably going to simplify this maybe a little bit too much, but this is the way I understand it. You are boring down, like way down into the earth to capture the heat, bring it up to the surface, and then use that to warm campus buildings. Am I pretty close?
You're right on. That is what we're doing, adding the detail that it's about 2 miles down.
So right now, as I said, you're in an exploratory phase. What does that mean? Where are you right now with it?
Well, there's a on-the-paper design for what a geothermal distribution heat system would look like at Cornell, with costs estimated. But we truly do not know whether the rocks deep under our feet will behave the way those cost estimates have assumed that they will. So over the summer 2022, we drilled a nearly 2-mile deep exploration well, which later will be an observatory well from which we can monitor the future, if everything goes very well, Earth source heat geothermal system.
What are the obvious benefits to Cornell and also to the environment as a whole?
Well, there's sort of 3 categories of benefits. One will be a successful geothermal heating source replaces fossil fuels. That will save the university a tremendous amount of money that we used to purchase the natural gas. It's also a local energy source. It's not dependent on geopolitics, which control natural gas prices. And it will allow us to remove about 50% of the university's carbon dioxide emissions, which would be a real benefit to the environment.
What are the concerns beyond what you described of whether the rocks that far down in the earth actually act the way you think they may? Are there any other concerns, whether there are environmental costs? You tell me.
Well, starting with the technical question of can we draw enough water out of these hot rocks to deliver the heat, which is really the big question. The follow-on question is, and how much money would it cost to do that? So total cost, maintenance cost, all of those things are important. There are the possibility of unintended environmental consequences. That's always the case for big energy infrastructure innovations. So one wants to know what are going to be the responses from everything from the stresses underground to the water near ground that we don't think would be impacted by the plan, but we needed information in order to find out if that's a robust assumption.
Sure. Terry, give me a basic timeline for this project right now. What are you expecting? And if this were a go, when would we actually be able to have it functioning?
Well, Cornell's Utilities Services Group works backward from the year 2035. That's the year by which Cornell has committed to having removed fossil fuels, to have become carbon neutral in all of our operations, and that's only 13 years from now. So we imagine it will take several pairs of geothermal wells maybe from a single well field, but several pairs of wells to deliver enough hot water. But we have to get at least the first pair designed, initiated into the ground to find out if this works well. So we need to have that first well pair ready to go in 2 or 3 years, if by 13 years we're going to actually have a fully functioning system.
Terry, I got about 20 seconds left. There's a town hall tomorrow night. If people are in town, they can go to it, but it's also going to be online as well. How can they access that, and can they participate, or are they just listening online?
They can participate online in the sense that it's a live streamed event. They could, if they act today, I believe, send questions that might be chosen for the audience questions. You could simply do an internet search at Earth Source Heat Community Forum November 2022, and I'm sure you'd come up with a link.
Terry Jordan from the Cornell Earth Source Heat team, thank you so much. We could have spent a lot more time, and there's probably a lot more to get into. We'll certainly try to have you back again to go, bad pun here, a little bit deeper into this project.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Terry.